Oh, hello and welcome to my channel. I'm glad you found it and let's talk some movies. So we're getting into the Dark Knight Rises review, and the reason I'm doing this is because behind me, as you can see yeah, my finger's going close enough. Right there, the poster in the background, my girlfriend got it. It's 100 movies on it. I'm doing a review of every single one of them, and we found our way to the Dark Knight Rises. So overall, I think the Dark Knight Rises has two prevalent problems, but before I get into that, the Dark Knight Rises is probably my second favorite film of the Dark Knight trilogy behind The Dark Knight, but I also love Batman Begins. I think this is the best superhero movie trilogy there has ever been, so a Nolan-verse version of Bane. But from the comics version of Bane, he's a lot more accurate than the one in Batman and Robin, but he's still not close to being that perfect, the objectivity of it all. Bane is my favorite comic book supervillain ever. I love the design. I love that he's a physical and intellectual match of Batman, and he does that in this movie. But of Arkham first to kind of, beat up on Batman, and wears him down a lot, and then he comes in and he breaks his back. And this one, he kind of just, it's an older Batman. I guess Joker's worn up on him. I don't think it makes as much sense, but and then we the League of Shadows leader, which makes sense because she's Ra's al Ghul's daughter, but that twist, like, it just doesn't work. Like, you had Bane up here at the, on the pedestal, and then just to do that the end of the movie and kind of undermine everything he did, it just doesn't make sense for me, and I don't think it works. Then, the second problem of this is the Dark Knight trilogy is based on, or at least loosely based on, A Tale of Two Cities, and within that book, they think that's the right decision to be made, just like in The Dark Knight, when at the very end, when the Knight, whatever, to corrupt the city and show how corrupt anyone can become, and Batman takes the blame for that, which is a lie. The second movie ends. That's how The Dark Knight ends. And so I expect to see the truth being told that Batman died for them. I was like, whoa, this is a great ending. But then you have Bruce Wayne going and living it up with Catwoman at the end, and it's like, well, that's just another lie. Yes, you can say Batman died, but Batman did not die for the city. Bruce Wayne's version of Batman died. And I just don't think this works because in many versions, the mask for Batman. It's not the other way around. And so I think that brings down the film a little bit, especially when it's based on the source material. And instead of ending up with, oh, the lie is not the right thing to do, we have a lie at the end. So we're right back to the beginning of the film and we've come full circle and learned nothing. Now, that could be, a personal gripe of mine. I might have the wrong opinion on that. But I truly believe that the film would have been stronger if Batman actually died and we learned from, the lie that was told in the, second movie, and that we learned that telling the truth is objectively better because we just saw how much damage that the lie had in the first one. That's what was able to take over the city of Gotham when Bane got there, and that's what had the crime syndicate. I don't know what you call it, the crime group versus the police officers at the end of the movie. Like, it was such a big deal, the lie, and then at the end it's just like, okay, it's fine to lie again. So that part kind of confuses me a little bit. But other than that, there's really awesome scenes in this movie. My favorite scene from the entire Nolan trilogy is in this movie when he's like, a hero can be as simple as putting the coat around the shoulders of a young boy and letting him know the world hasn't ended yet. That's my favorite scene from all of it. I still think this is an awesome movie. I still think the fight between Batman and Bane, even though it's kind of slow and pandered out, I still thought it was cool. It was cool to see Bane break Batman's back in live action. The football scene is awesome. There's him climbing out of the hole and learning to become Batman again. I do think this is a really good movie. And for those things, it's not the 10 out of 10 that you've been seeing on this list, these lists so far, but I will give it a 7.5 objectively out of 10. And I think the 7.5 out of 10 is where I'm going to sit with The Dark Knight Rises. So thank you guys. Remember that someone loves and cares about you, and may God bless your day.